Hey, you! Thanks for tuning in. We've got something really interesting lined up for you today.
We do indeed.
It's a deep dive into the book, Setting the Truth-Free Experience, Achievement, and Ultimate Truth.
Right.
Think of this as your shortcut, maybe,
Yeah.
to understanding the core ideas, the stuff that can actually make a difference in how you see things.
Exactly. And this book, it's dedicated by the author to his family and, well, fellow seekers. It's really all about understanding and unlocking your own personal truth.
Yeah.
So our goal here in this deep dive is to pull out the most valuable insights, show you how you might, set it free in your own life without getting bogged down in just theory.
What really grabbed me right from the start was the author's strong belief in the individual.
Mhm.
He's convinced that your truth isn't, like, out there somewhere waiting to be found,
No.
but that it already lives within you. He even frames it as this powerful gift, something maybe a higher power has entrusted to each of us.
And that really sets the stage for his initial concept of youth truth, which is a powerful idea, I think.
It really is.
Think about it. When we're young, we're like sponges, aren't we? Just absorbing beliefs, values from family, community, society.
Oh, total.
It's conditioning, pure and simple. And it shapes our early understanding of what's true, often without us even realizing it.
Right, and he gives some really vivid examples, too. Like, remember being told that if you were just good, bad things wouldn't happen.
Oh, yeah. I remember variations of that.
For, the idea that thunder was, like, the devil fighting or something bizarre.
Ah, yeah. Those childhood myths.
And the classic one, going to church every single week guarantees you a spot in heaven, but only if you do these specific actions.
Exactly. Those kinds of truths we often just inherit, without question, usually, in our youth.
So the key takeaway there, I guess, is that many of your deeply held beliefs might not actually be yours.
Good point. They're inherited, borrowed maybe.
Borrowed, yeah. That's a good word for it.
And he shares that really touching story about his mother, Olame,
Oh, that was lovely.
and how her unwavering, loving way of sharing her truths deeply influenced him, even when maybe his own inner sense of things was a bit different.
Right.
Her conviction was just so strong, it sort of shapes his understanding anyway. It's
Yeah.
a perfect illustration of this borrowed truth.
It is how the beliefs of people we trust and love just become our own, sometimes without us even noticing.
It really hits home, doesn't it? This idea that our foundational understanding can be so heavily influenced by others.
Definitely. But then the author pivots to something really exciting, personal evolution.
Ah, yes.
He talks about that moment, when he realized his own truth was something different, something liberating, he says. Challenging, but uniquely his.
Yeah, the start of self-discovery.
Exactly. And that's really the challenge he lays down for the listener, for you, becoming truly yourself by setting your truth free.
So let's dig into this borrowed truth a bit more. The author defines it pretty clearly. It's that truth given to us, especially when we're young.
Right. Given, not discovered.
Precisely. And what's crucial to grasp is its staying power. It can stick with us, almost unconsciously, keeping us kind of locked in those old patterns, conforming, maybe even making us believe we can't actually have our own authentic understanding.
It's like wearing someone else's glasses, you said. I like that analogy.
Yeah, you see the world, but it's not quite your view, is it?
Mhm.
Not your prescription.
And it's fascinating how forceful he says it can be. He uses words like aggressive and influential.
He does. It's not just passive. It's not just beliefs we pick up. It actively works sometimes to keep its grip.
That really resonates. I think anyone who's felt sort of hemmed in by expectations or old beliefs they've carried for years,
Yeah,
they'll get that.
absolutely. Which leads us right to the essential contrast. Your truth versus borrowed truth.
Okay.
The author explains that borrowed truth is very outward focused. Appearances, what others believe is right, external markers of success or acceptance.
All about getting that validation from outside,
Yeah.
seeking approval.
Exactly. It's all external.
Precisely. Now, your truth, as he presents it, well, that's something entirely different, isn't it?
Completely different.
He frames it as like a divinely given compass inside us, meant to guide our own interpretations, empower us to live connected to something bigger.
That inner knowing, that quiet voice of authenticity.
Yeah, that's it. And here's a powerful point he makes. When you set your truth free, it doesn't just feel good. It can actually bring hidden pains, unresolved stuff to the surface.
Right. Which sounds maybe scary, but
But in doing so, it also unlocks wisdom, guidance, a deeper sense of appreciation, love,
Yeah.
and real personal power.
He even uses this interesting idea that outward experiences need to be, quote, fed to our inner truth.
Fed, how do you mean?
Well, it suggests this ongoing internal dialogue, right? A
Sure.
constant process, taking in information, experiences, and then filtering them through our own inner sense of what rings true for us.
Okay, I get it, like processing life through your own authentic lens.
Yeah. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How consciously are we actually doing that filtering? Or are we just letting it all in unfiltered?
That's a great question, and it connects really beautifully to his next concept, transformational conditioning.
Right. This isn't the external pressure of borrowed truth anymore.
No, this is about intentionally cultivating positive qualities within ourselves. He highlights things like honesty, courage, even vulnerability.
It's like intentionally planting positive seeds, maybe.
Yeah,
Honesty, courage in your own inner garden.
I like that. And over time, they blossom and change how you see yourself in the world.
Exactly. And the idea is when you align with your truth, you naturally start to value and embrace these, well, illuminating qualities in yourself, even your flaws.
Right, recognizing your own inherent worth
Yeah.
and how that inner light then sort of radiates outward, influences how others see you.
Letting your authentic self shine, basically.
What's really interesting, I thought, is how he reframes vulnerability.
Yeah. Not as weakness.
Not at all. He suggests that admitting our flaws, our struggles, it becomes a positive act, a way to, quote, rejoice in setting our truth free.
That's a powerful shift in perspective, isn't it? Owning our imperfections is actually a step towards greater authenticity, towards liberation.
It really is.
Now, let's talk about your experienced truth. This is something I think, well, a lot of people maybe overlook its value.
I agree. We tend to discount our own lived experiences
We
sometimes.
do. But the author emphasizes the immense value of our personal journeys, the sum total of everything we've been through. He argues our experiences are actually one of the most profound gifts we get.
It's so true, isn't it? We often look outside ourselves for answers, for wisdom,
Yeah.
but our own lives are just packed with invaluable lessons. He points out how experiences serve as guides, reminders of past lessons, and maybe most importantly,
Teaching us not to repeat mistakes.
exactly, it's like having your own personal history book, constantly offering insights if you're willing to read it.
And he stresses that this experienced truth is deeply personal, unique to each of us. Ultimately, we're the ones responsible for figuring out the meaning, the significance of our own experiences.
Which can be hard work sometimes.
Oh, definitely. And he even touches on the idea that some of these truths are so personal, so deep, they can't even be fully shared with others.
That really validates the richness of our inner lives, doesn't it? Even the parts nobody else sees.
It does. It holds immense value. He encourages us to shift our perspective on these experiences too.
How so?
Instead of seeing them just as random things that happen, or maybe even negative attacks, view them as potential blessings, as preparation for what's ahead.
Finding the hidden lessons, the strength gained even in tough times.
Precisely. And he draws a fascinating parallel here to Scripture, referencing John 16 about the Spirit of truth guiding us.
Ah, interesting connection.
He suggests our experiences serve a similar purpose, helping us find our true selves, our passions, our capacity for forgiveness, love.
And helping us shed that old youth truth conditioning.
Exactly. And even shaping us into more insightful leaders, perhaps. He calls our experiences a barometer of personal growth.
A barometer. I like that. A way to measure how far we've come.
But he also gives a good reminder, don't take them lightly, don't take them for granted.
Yeah.
While some parts might stay private, he emphasizes they should have the freedom to speak volumes within us, allowing our own interpretation.
And it's powerful when he says that setting your experience truth-free might even attract envy or ridicule from others.
Yeah, and not seeing that as a negative.
But as a sign that you're actually making progress, stepping into your own authentic understanding.
It's a bold stance. Okay, let's move on to achievement truths.
Achievement truths. Okay.
Here, the author shifts focus to taking ownership of our successes. He says success, however you define it, is fundamentally something earned through responsibility, effort.
Right. So our achievement truth is about actively taking control, overcoming challenges by aligning our actions with our inner truth, our true self.
That's the idea. And he includes that powerful quote from Napoleon Hill.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
Great achievement is usually born of great sacrifice and is never the result of selfishness.
Hmm. That really underscores it, doesn't it? Pursuing goals, living your truth. It often requires dedication, perseverance.
It does. And he directly contrasts this with giving in to fear and laziness. He sees those as obstacles created by avoiding responsibility.
It links back to taking ownership.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he connects this strongly to the power of belief, referencing scripture again, encouraging us to be strong, courageous on our path.
Cultivating that internal conviction, believing you have what it takes.
Yeah. And he makes a really critical point about the power we each hold in our own minds. This is huge.
Go on.
He states that ultimately only we can change our own thinking patterns. External influences matter, sure, but real transformation, that comes from within.
So what we consistently think holds more sway than what we just hear or see.
Far more, according to him. He quotes Proverbs 23:7, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." Our daily choices, our actions, they're a direct reflection of our internal truth.
Yeah.
And freeing our minds from those limiting, controlling influences, that's essential for progress.
He have that great line too. It's not what you are that holds you back.
It's what you think you are not.
Yeah,
Yeah. That really nails the power of our own limiting beliefs, doesn't it?
it absolutely does. And he encourages us to do some honest self-reflection too.
Mm-hmm.
Look back at past progress, even small steps, and just acknowledge the journey. Build confidence by seeing our own resilience.
Yeah. Appreciate how far you've come. He introduces this really insightful concept too, an achievement truth space.
Achievement truth space, like mentally.
Exactly. Imagine your mind as a room. That's your achievement truth space. You decide what comes in.
Okay.
Are you letting negativity, self-doubt just clutter it all up? Or are you consciously choosing empowering, focused thoughts to occupy that space?
So managing your mental real estate.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He emphasizes we are the authors of our own achievements. And that requires actively managing this space.
Yeah.
And this authorship, he says, demands a whole set of qualities, right?
It does. Responsibility, accountability, self-confidence, consistency, determination, discipline.
Plus the practical stuff, prioritizing, organizing.
It's a comprehensive approach, taking charge of your goals. He describes the necessary mindset as, well, relentless.
Relentless.
Tested by life, tired of the status quo, no longer willing to be held back by old conditioning or external limits. It paints a picture of real commitment.
Fierce commitment, breaking free.
Yes. He underscores that embracing our achievement truth signifies genuine forward movement, dismantling borrowed truths, oppressive patterns, leading to independence, transformation.
And he offers encouragement, too, doesn't he? That this is within reach for all of us.
Absolutely. Using the resources we already possess, he wisely cautions against letting the past define the future.
Right. Achievers focus on shaping the future by setting their truth free now.
Exactly. Dwelling on what can't be changed is futile. And he wraps up this section with an empowering thought. Take responsibility for your success, regardless of age, background.
And remember that your achievements can ripple outwards, positively affecting others who need you.
That's a great point, too. It's not just selfish ambition.
Okay, so finally we get to the ultimate truth.
Yes. This feels like the heart of it all, doesn't it?
It really does. True liberation starts with self-discovery and recognizing the incredible power of self-belief. That phrase, greater is he that is in you.
Mm-hmm. He emphasizes that our own belief about ourselves is the ultimate authority, way more important than others' opinions or judgment.
This is where all the threads really come together, the core idea. We are the ultimate arbiters of our own truth.
Yeah. Our whole life experience is shaped fundamentally by what we believe about ourselves, what others think. Secondary, it's about that unwavering belief we hold.
He then poses a really important challenge, I think. We need to actively strive to be the kind of person we can genuinely believe in ourselves.
Right. Embodying qualities like honesty, self-worth, respectability, decency.
Those are the cornerstones, the foundation for setting our truth free.
And he tackles the often complex topic of faith head-on,
How so?
suggesting that belief in a higher power is actually strengthened, deepened by the belief we have in ourselves.
Interesting. So self-belief supports faith.
That's his angle.
Yeah.
He asks a pretty provocative question. How can we truly believe in a distant external God if we don't first acknowledge and believe in the divine spark or potential within ourselves?
Wow. Okay.
He encourages us to actively affirm that presence, that power within our own being.
And he suggests the divine, however you frame it, often works through our own minds.
Yes, and by taking conscious control of our thoughts, we open ourselves to greater guidance. He offers a gentle critique, too,
Of what?
of those who might, try to dictate terms to the divine while being unwilling to address their own negative, limiting thought patterns.
Asking for help but not doing the inner work.
Kinda, yeah. He offers a fresh perspective on the word believe in Scripture, too,
Oh.
suggesting it often carries this deeper meaning. Believing in ourselves and the inherent divine potential within us. Even believe in the Son of God, he suggests, can mean believing in our own potential, using our minds to manifest desires, reach our highest aspirations.
That's a pretty bold interpretation.
It is. And he directly addresses those feelings of unworthiness that can sometimes get tangled up with religious beliefs.
Encouraging us to believe we deserve goodness, positive outcomes.
Exactly, making the fundamental point. You can't really expect others to believe in you if you haven't first cultivated that belief within yourself.
Makes sense. You have to buy into yourself first.
Right. And he concludes by saying that, ultimately, setting our truth free is the act of expressing that divinely granted liberty to become who we choose to be.
Empowering us with confidence, inner strength, to overcome negative conditioning.
And step into a newness of life, both in achievements and spiritual growth. It's essential, he argues.
Wow, okay. So pulling it all together, the journey the author lays out in this book, it's really a progression, isn't it?
Definitely a progression. Starts with recognizing those borrowed truths, the stuff we absorbed, maybe unconsciously,
Right.
and guides us towards a deeper personal understanding of ourselves and the world. An understanding built on, well, the wisdom from our own experiences.
The empowerment from taking responsibility for achievements.
And ultimately recognizing that ultimate truth, that inner knowing, that self-belief that's right there inside each of us.
Exactly. And for you, our listener, the key takeaways seem to be these. First, maybe take some time to really question those inherited beliefs. Could they be holding you back?
Good first step.
Second, recognize your own experiences are incredibly valuable. A source of truth, learning, lessons unique to you.
Don't discount them.
Third, embrace the power of taking ownership. Your actions, your goals. Striving towards them is profound personal growth.
Taking responsibility.
And maybe most importantly, nurture that foundational power of your own self-belief. That seems to be the essential first step in truly setting your truth free.
Couldn't agree more. And maybe here's a final thought for you to chew on.
Okay, let's hear it.
Considering the author's powerful emphasis on that divine presence within each of us, how might actively cultivating a deeper, more unwavering sense of self-belief, how might that fundamentally shift the way you interpret your past experiences?
Ah,
And how might it change the way you approach the possibilities that lie ahead for you?
that's a deep one. How self-belief reframes both past and future.
Exactly. It's a profound question, I think, worth exploring in your own life.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking this deep dive with us today.
Our pleasure.
We sincerely hope these insights from the source material have given you some valuable food for thought on your own journey of understanding and setting your truth free.